Today we have another road trip. We are from Matatiele. We are going to Durban. We will be using a portion of the R56 route and a portion of the N2. So I am hoping that you are going to enjoy this road trip. So travel with us as we do a 4-hour drive to Durban. We are at Haynes fuel station here in Matatiele. That's where our journey will begin. We did a reset on our fuel consumption and our distance. So Durban is around 323 kilometers away from Matatiele. We did not fill up because we still had fuel from our previous road trip, the one from Nelspruit to Matatiele. We did use the vehicle, so we have half tank in our tank. So here at Haynes fuel station, we were just checking our tires because we did use the vehicle in a gravel road for about 80 kilometers. So we're just checking our tires if the pressure is still fine. As we are still talking about tire pressures, we are actually on the road to 2,000 subscribers. So if you haven't liked this video, please like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please also share your comments. We are interested to know how are we doing. But if you've already subscribed, please just know that we are going to travel South Africa together. We are now in Cedarville. Cedarville is the last location in the Eastern Cape. The gravel road that you see on your right goes to Mvenyane, and if you further continue there in Mvenyane, it can lead you to Mount Frere. Mvenyane is commonly known for the boarding school that is there. It usually produces good metric results. The road that we are traveling in is actually a SANRAL project. It's the R56 from Matatiele to the KZN border. It's a 40-kilometer route. This road is going to be an improvement. It will have 28 structures. Out of these 28 structures, 8 of these structures will be actually bridges, like the one that we are crossing now, the Mzimvubu River. This project that we are talking about commenced on the 18th of January 2023, and it is expected to be completed on the 26th of August 2026. The value of this project, which is a 3-year project, it is 1.2 billion rands. So we are hoping that it will improve traffic that is going towards our small town, which is Matatiele. I did hear from a reliable source that this route will have climbing lanes, which will improve road safety. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are in Kokstad, which is the first location in the KZN province. We are 1 hour into the drive. We are averaging 6.4 liters per 100 kilometers, and our range is sitting at 250 kilometers. We took our right in that stop sign and went to the CBD of Kokstad. Now we are approaching a convenience center that is here in Kokstad that is called Mount Kari. We will just have something quick to eat and then continue with the road. Just some information that I got regarding VW South Coast, which is here in Kokstad. For those that will be using the services of VW South Coast here in Kokstad, they only do minor services. So if you need to do a major service, you would need to travel all the way to Margate and go service your vehicle there. Here in Kokstad, they deal with minor services only, something that you need to note if you are a VW owner. Here in Mount Kari, that's where the long distances buses, either from Cape Town or Johannesburg or Durban, different parts of the country, that's where they will drop off you if you are going to Kokstad. We are now exiting Kokstad. We are here in the new traffic cycle and the new interchange. That's where the R56 and the N2 split. The N2 will continue and go to Mount Elif, which is also known as Emaxesibeni. Then when you further continue, it will go to Mount Frere, which is also known as KwaBhaca. Then R56 will then go to Matatiele, the portion that you've already saw in this video. This interchange, for me, I felt it was very important and it was very thoughtful, because when you are coming from KwaMagalela going towards Kokstad, it was very difficult to join the cars that are going to Kokstad. So an interchange was needed. So now we are traveling on both R56 and the N2. Some people will argue that it's no longer called the N2, but it is called the R102 due to the project that is happening on the N2 Wild Coast. We've been speaking about that in this channel. If you want a proper explanation, you can go watch our video, the one from Durban to Matatiele, or the one from East London to Butterworth. We are now descending to Singisi. The speed limit over here is 60 kilometers per hour. I do recommend that you follow that speed limit of 60 kilometers per hour, because this is a high accident zone. If you check on your left, there's actually a white cross over there indicating that someone lost his or her own life over here. So in this Tick Junction, that's where most accidents happen. Most of the time when you are traveling here, there's normally fog, which drastically reduce driving visibility. And you are also descending. It's easy to go into a slow moving truck, so be careful around this area. We are now in Magalela. That's where the N2 and the R56 split. R56 would go on the off-ramp. It would go to Umzimkhulu. Then when you further continue, it will go to Eqobo. And then we are going to use the N2. We are going to Harding. Then I'm also thinking that we should go back to our number plate story. So we are still in KZN. They used to have special number plates for each area. So the number plate for Umzimkhulu was NMZ, and the number plate for Eqobo was NIX. Then since we are going to Harding, the one for Harding was NA. We are left with 210 kilometers in our tank. We have lost a bar from our fuel gauge. We have traveled round about 1 hour 42 minutes, and our fuel consumption had dropped to 5.9 liters per 100 kilometers. We are now traveling around about the area of Harding. Then on your right, you can take this road. It will lead you to the Weza forest. And then there's also a convenience center. It's a new convenience center, a Total Energies convenience center that is here in Harding. It is called the Malanda Dlamini Convenience Center. We are now approaching the area of Ezingolweni. We are also traveling on another high accident zone. There's a sharp bend over there that you need to take note of before you climb the hill. This is the sharp bend that I'm talking about. So you need to reduce your speed over there. This area also has a history, especially when trucks are going uphill. In this hill that will take us to Ezingolweni. Since trucks will be moving slow, they are prone of being hijacked in this area. So if you are a truck driver, take note of this area that we are traveling in. There is a possibility that you might be hijacked. Our Audi Q2 was performing. You can see that it was climbing the hill here. It was not feeling the hill at all. You couldn't tell that this is a 1 liter TFSI. We've just passed the town Ezingolweni. We are in another high accident zone. This area is called Epopoi. There's also a sharp bend over here, and after you're done with this sharp bend, the road opens that you can overtake. But I do suggest that you do not take that option of overtaking here because it's a very short distance. Then you would need to come back. So it's not really wise to overtake here because you might be putting yourself at risk, as this area is a high accident zone itself. We are now traveling round about the area of Paddock. Paddock will be on your right. Then there's a fuel station over here, which is a convenience center. That's where, if you are using a taxi from Durban, that's where your rest stop will be. Then if you take your right, you're going to Paddock, the area. Then if you further continue, that could lead you to a township called Gamalake, that is around Potchefstroom. We are now left with 150 kilometers on our tank. We are averaging 5.8 liters per 100 kilometers, meaning our fuel consumption had further dropped. We had traveled around about 187 kilometers away from Matatiele, and we lost a bar. In this area that we are traveling in, there are normally speed cameras of 60 kilometers per hour. So take it from me, I use this route a lot. Those speed cameras, they no longer work. In the olden days, people from this area, they use to put plastics on top of those cameras. So they no longer work. So just continue as per normal, but be cautious of pedestrians, especially school children, when schools are open. On this robot, if you take your left, you will go to an Illovo mill that has been shut down. This road will also link you up to the township Mayberg. But then if you want to avoid the big Oribi toll gate that we are going in, you can take that left and go past that Illovo mill. Then you'll end up meeting the 20 Rem Plaza, which is a bit cheaper as compared to the Oribi toll gate. But that road, I remember when there was heavy rains here in Potchefstroom, some rocks fell over there. So I'm not sure if it has been fixed. From the previous robot, if you take your right, you'll go to a township called Gamalake that falls under Shepstone. It is about 20 to 25 kilometers away from that robot. Here we are taking our left. We are going to join the N2 South Coast. But if you are to continue straight, you are going to the town Potchefstroom. Then if you further continue on the town, you can use R102, which runs parallel to the N2 and go to Hippolyte. Then you would have also avoided the toll gate like that. We are going to the toll gate. In this toll gate, I think we paid around about 21 rands for us to be able to pass. But if you were to take the off-ramp that goes to the opposite direction, then you would go to Margate. They also use the number plate NPS. But surprisingly enough, those number plates were now full before the ZN number plate was introduced. So they had a new number plate which was NSC, which is Natal South Coast, which is the one that they were using. We are now crossing the Umzimkhulu river. It comes all the way from the Drakensberg Mountains. It crosses, it passes through Underberg, it passes through Umzimkhulu, the town, and then the mouth of this Umzimkhulu river is here in Potchefstroom. If you are from Mayberg, then the Umtwentweni Ram Plaza will be here. When we are in the toll gate, the Oribi Toll Plaza, we were 120 kilometers away from Durban. So if you are traveling with 120 kilometers per hour, you should be in Durban after 1 hour. So we are passing through the off-ramp that goes to Mzumbe and the off-ramp that also goes to Hippolyte, the town. So if you bypass the toll gate, then you would join the N2 here in this area that we are traveling in, around about the Hippolyte area. We now had the first glimpse of the ocean. We can even feel the air that we are traveling along the coast. We are still continuing with the N2. The following off-ramp that you will see on your left, it goes to Mthwalume. That's where you would take the off-ramp if you stay in that area. We are still continuing with the N2 South Coast going towards the direction of Durban. When we were around the area of Umzinto, our fuel got low. We started getting a low fuel indication on our cluster, and the cluster told us that we are left with 70 kilometers to go on our tank. And when you are around this off-ramp, Durban is around about 70 kilometers away when we are here. So Umzinto will be on your left. There is a road that you can take here at Umzinto that can link you to the R56. But I need to double check that information. If there is, then one day we will use it. Then the next off-ramp on your left goes to Scottberg, but you would need to take your right and cross over the bridge to go to Scottberg. Scottberg services people who are working at Sazela and who are also working at Sapisaiko. I keep on missing the off-ramp that goes to Zezela. I don't know why. I think it's because there are no boards. There is a spot that I want to show you where you can buy a meat over that off-ramp. Yeah, I think one day we will not miss it. We are now going towards the direction of Durban, and we've just passed a sign that says we are in eThekwini. The factory that you see on your left is a factory that lies along the banks of the Umkomazi River, which is Sapisaiko. There is your vapor, and you can see it over there. When we are here, we are almost in Durban. We are about 50 kilometers away from eThekwini. Then here at Ultra City South Coast, we decided to fill up. The range on our vehicle was saying 50 kilometers. Knowing my vehicle, I know very well that I will be able to make it to Durban with this 50 kilometer range, because it's about 30 kilometers now to go to Durban. But the reason we filled up, just in case there is traffic when we arrive in Durban, we don't want to be stranded with low fuel. That's why we decided to fill up. We poured 300 rands, and surprisingly enough, our range increased to 300 kilometers, and then that was about 20 liters, and our gauge went up to half tank. So we were now rejoining the N2 that is going towards Mkababa. Around this area, just before you see the tall buildings of Amazimtoti, there's a speed camera of 100 kilometers per hour there that you need to take note of. We are now at Amazimtoti. The off-ramp that is on your left can lead you to a Netcare private hospital that is around this area, which is the Kingsway Hospital. As we are still continuing, this route will lead us round about the Galeria area. Now we are around Galeria, the off-ramp that is on your left. If you take your left when you arrive in the stop sign over there, that road will lead you to a place called Kwamakota. If you further continue from Kwamakota, you'll go to Adams Mission. Then if you further continue there, you will end up in a place called Mbombolo. In this area, there's a speed camera of 120 kilometers per hour. Now you can see that the lanes will start to increase. The off-ramp that is on your left, it goes to the Prospection Road, and then on your right, there's actually a Toyota factory over there. They manufacture Toyota vehicles like your I know that the Toyota Corolla Cross is done over there. There are also some other vehicles that are manufactured there by Toyota. Those that have been staying in Durban for quite some time, like myself, they would remember that the old Durban International Airport was around this area on your right. Then it was moved to the northern parts of Durban. So when you are around this place, then if you continue straight and stick to your right, you'll continue with the N2 that will lead you to Durban North. But if you are going to Durban, the CBD, you need to take your left and stick to your left. Then you would join M4. We are now on M4. The road that is joining the N4 over here is coming from Umlazi. My first vehicle was a Nissan Micra. When I was driving that Nissan Micra, I used to use this M4 a lot because I was working round about the South Gate or Office Park that is near Galleria. So during December holidays or during rainy seasons, I have to say that this M4 floods a lot. I remember I used to struggle a lot driving that Nissan Micra because I was even a new driver by the time, and it used to flood in this road. So since it's summer, take note of this inflow. It floods a lot around this area. We are passing round about the area of Jacobs here. We are in the last off ramp on the M4 before you arrive in Durban. If you miss this off ramp, then you'll find yourself in the CBD of Durban in the next 5 kilometers. Since we took our left over here, this road can lead you up to Bluff, or it can take you towards the direction of Queensberg. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 hours 54 minutes of driving, we have now arrived. We have traveled around about 314 kilometers. We have been averaging 5.9 liters per 100 kilometers. So our fuel consumption even dropped further from our previous road trip. So thank you for watching. We will definitely see you on the next one.
Sithi singakuzanga kodwa sibone ikhaya lakho lomzi wakho apha kuwe ngaphakathi ekhaya. Whatever you shall be doing, unknowingly, you will be representing what you do back at home. Sibuke, sithule sithi kwakhe. Sicela loo nto niyambile 6 months. Inkonzo yenhlonipho. Yabona inkonzo kaThixo iyakuyeka ugqadaze. Ukhila abantu abebekho ufuna uba ngaphambili. Asikazi uThixo ngaphambili. Abe ludonga. Sicela lobana zeliziqeke. Kolwambo athi umbhali lunenjaba. Kolwambo athi umbhali lunengozi. Kodwa alelezwi lentuthuzelo athi zonke zithunywe nguwe. Sicela inhlonipho. Sicela inhlonipho. Awuzokwazi uhlonipha uThixo ungahloniphanga lo muntu olapho inkokheli yakho. Sicela ukunyaniseka ekukhonzeni uThixo nasekwenzeni izinto zikaThixo. Unyaniseke ungabonwa mntu kodwa unyaniseke kwizinto zakwaThixo. Ningabathandazi. Eyona nto enibizelwe ekuthandazeni ngasese nasesihlanganani. Balulekile umthandazo wangasese. Qala ubeke wena. Ubeke